So I said to her, forget Glastonbury. Eventers have been camping in fields covered in glitter and stress for years.
Hi, this is Laura Collett, and you are listening to Season 3 of Eventing Weekly with Mitch and Braden.
Nick Brooks, that's all I thought.
Yeah?
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
More covered in glitter
mainly
than
the
stress.
glitter. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Mitch, Braden, producer Ali, and Finn Healy. Finn, g'day, mate.
G'day, boys.
How the devil are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
You look bloody good.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd dress up for the occasion. Big fan of the show, so really happy to be here. So thought I'd pull out all the stops.
Oh, brilliant, mate. And we're thrilled to have you on. We've got lots to unpack tonight, don't we?
We do.
And so there's a couple of things we want to just tick off before we fire into the 10 questions. The first one is why you're dressed in a bow tie and tuxedo right now.
So I am off to a fundraiser ball for Saffron Creswell. Hopefully going to be a really special night for a very, very special person. She's been incredible in her recovery. And so we're going to go raise some money, have a good time with some friends. So that's at Cheltenham Racecourse, and I've had to do a bit of a mad dash around from a training at Aston the Walls, and it's tied in quite well that I'm down south. It's been a bit of a busy day, but all worked out quite well so far. So,
well, if I can just say on behalf of us, mate, shit, you look good. You know,
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah,
hell of a bow tie.
Yeah, hell of a bow tie.
Tied it myself.
Yeah. Ali,
Yeah.
can we make sure we get some reels with the bow tie?
100%.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, Ali, can we make sure that we get some bow ties?
Oh, could
Next week.
Could we get some
Eventing Weekly branded bow ties.
just in time for VWH?
Yeah.
This has got to be the dress code from now on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you've set the
raised the
standard,
bar.
bro.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, the other thing I just wanted to touch on is Cheltenham. It's our first ever record in Cheltenham, isn't it?
It is.
And
Yeah.
Producer Ellie, it's your hometown, so do you want to tonight set the scene and tell us where are we?
Yeah, of course. This is the Langton, just along the A40 in Charlton Kings. Weirdly, I've been coming here since I was tiny, so it's a bit weird to be doing a podcast here. But they've let us have a lovely private room tonight.
It doesn't get much more British than that, does it? I've been coming to this pub since I was tiny.
Yeah.
I love that about this country.
And it's a manor house, really, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I think there must be some history there.
It's quintessentially British, isn't
Yeah. It feels like we're locked away in like a mini ballroom or something.
And there's a horse out
What?
at the front, like a statue of a horse.
Is there?
I think there might be
I
its
missed that.
logo or something. I don't know. But it's, you know,
It's made for you guys.
fitting. Exactly.
Isn't it?
So on brand. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, producer Ali. I think that's all the framing that I was keen to do. Is everyone happy to move into the 10 questions?
Yeah.
Finn, how you feeling?
Let's go.
Perfect. All right. So the first question we've got lined up tonight is with producer Ali.
It's actually one of these.
Defaults hotline.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You got a few skeletons in that closet there, Finn.
Let's release them.
Finn Healy is making an appearance on the pod, and I actually have a couple of questions for him, if you wouldn't mind asking. My first question is, I was actually wondering how time-consuming it is for him to have to put rolls in all his stirrups before he rides. And my second question, I was wondering how much money he thinks he saves per year being able to buy children's-sized breeches. So if you could ask him, that would be great. Cheers, boys.
Oh, well, that's
Healy.
Tom Woodward, ever the Joker. I save no money on children's breeches.
No.
I don't have any children's bridges. Sometimes some rolls have to go in stirrups.
Yeah.
Trying horses can be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Actually, funny story. When I go and ride at Tom's, he has long stirrup leathers, and so sometimes the odd roll might have to get popped in there.
Okay.
But
Could you just explain that for me, old mate, over here, who might not quite understand what that means?
I've got no idea. I'm guessing I understand, but
So,
paint a picture.
so basically, if the stirrup leathers don't go short enough, and so there's different lengths in stirrup leathers.
Yeah.
And obviously, Tom is quite
Massive.
tall. Yeah, huge, 6'7".
Abnormally
yeah,
tall.
abnormally tall. No normal person
Weirdo.
would fit them. And so, so when I go to his, I can't get the stirrup short enough, and so I do have to do the odd roll. So you roll the stirrup leather round, and it makes them shorter and rideable in.
Yeah. One thing I do have to say is, all the best jockeys in the world at the moment, they're
Women.
quite short.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he
So-
he says this. It helps me school all his horses, so then they're better on the flat anyway.
Oh, well, there we go. Perfect. Finn, I don't know if you know this about me, mate, but I famously have quite short legs. I got a really long torso.
I have that.
Are you
Yeah,
long
yeah.
torso?
I have a long torso and then
just a little
short
handshake.
legs.
Welcome to the club,
Well,
baby.
We're going to
Thank
have
you.
to measure.
We'll do a little
It's a pleasure.
measure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it after.
We do this measurement. The way we do it is we'll sit down back to the wall, and you
Right.
see who's taller in terms of their head and who's got longer legs.
Oh,
and
really?
it's really revealing.
And then you stand up after,
Yeah.
figure it
'Cause
all out again.
I think people look better on a horse when they have a short body and long legs. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
often think the more stylish riders, and so I really wish I had longer legs and a shorter body.
Yeah.
But you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's futsal, baby. You and me both. I'm just trying to find this picture of me and Tom McEwen sitting down side by side, but maybe I'll have to.
I'll have a look.
I'll have to
Yeah.
put. Yeah,
Producer Ali
you
will
wanna-
get that
wanna
up.
Pull that up.
Yeah.
Hey, who needs enemies when you got friends like Tom Woodward?
Yeah, well, what can I say? But no, he's a good pal, and that's tamer than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. But I feel I've got away with one there.
Nice. All right, you happy for us to move on to question number 2 then?
Absolutely.
Oh, painless. All right, mate. We're going to go through and do a little bit of deep dive, a bit of history on Finn. And I've got the first one in that segment. Can you tell us about Midnight Dancer?
So Midnight Dancer is stable name's Casper, and we went over quite a lot of years ago now to Ireland.
He's not a grey, is he?
He is a
Yeah.
grey, yeah,
Well
he
played.
is.
Yeah.
And so we went over a lot of years ago to go look at horses for my mum, and Ellie needed a pony that mum was going to produce a little bit. So when she was ready, she was about 11, 12 at the time, take over as a 14-2, because we dreamed about doing pony trials all our life, and we used to sit and watch videos on the way to school of these pony Europeans, and Dad would be like, well, if you want one of them, you're gonna have to make one. So that became the plan. So we were loosely looking for a 14-2 young to produce. We didn't have much to spend, and we went to Monbeg, so someone that we've kept doing quite a bit of business with. They've been brilliant to us, and they tried the horses. I can't remember if Mum went for a horse or not, but then they went, oh, our brothers down the road have some 14-2s. Do you want to go have a look? And we were like, yeah, we'll go have a look. And there was loads. Casper was probably the only one that we thought in time will be okay measuring. So we tried him, and he was number 2 at the time. And so, yeah, tried him, and then Ellie, we bought him, and then Ellie took him right up to the Pony Europeans, produced him amazingly, and then I took the ride in 2018, at the end of 2018, having watched Ellie do the Pony Europeans and be like, right, that's what I want to do. And so I was lucky enough to get the ride, have all the hard work done for me.
Yeah.
And but to be fair, he was a very sensitive pony, and so we didn't really click that well at first. He was like a bit like he was an anxious sort of, when you're on him, a bit flighty. But then anyway, we got together and then got some good results in 2019, and then ended up going to the Pony Europeans ourselves.
How good.
Yeah. So all thanks to, I'm guessing, older sister Ellie.
100%, yeah. And we've got a little bit of Ali and Sarah chat coming later.
Oh no.
Yeah. And we might hear from one of them. But just leaning into the horse side of that, how old are you at the time? And then how old's Casper?
So when we did the Pony Europeans, I was 15, just turned 15. And so we had another year actually left in under 16s the year after, but then that was COVID. So it was 2019. Casper was 9 so he was still really quite young. So Ellie took him when he was 8, and then I took him when he was 9, and we went over to Poland and had a pretty good show. We did okay, and we owe a lot to that pony. He's like set me and Ellie up for given it a good boost for the rest of our careers so far, really.
I've got here on my notes, European Pony double gold.
Yeah, so he won team and individual at the Europeans, and
That's more than pretty good, isn't it?
So good.
yeah, well, he was a cool pony. We had a great week. To be fair, went not really expecting anything. I thought next year, the year after, would be the year that would be ready for it. Just go and learn about it, and we did a pretty good dressage. Went clear inside the time, and I was like, oh, I'm in 6th. It'd be amazing if he jumped clear.
Yeah.
Could maybe get on the podium, but to be honest, I didn't think I'd jump clear. But then we did, and then
No one else did.
everyone just had poles in front, and different things happened, and there was, I was outside, and then I hadn't even gone to watch, and Dad was like, "You're in fourth, like now, like you might be on the podium, come watch." Then we watched, and then like they started going down and down, and then it was a bit surreal from there, to be honest, because completely changed everything, really.
Amazing, mate. Hey, just as Mitch said before, me not understanding the roles, I'm not sure Mitch's understanding of the whole ponies, juniors, youth. We haven't grown up in this sport or country.
I have not got a damn clue about it all.
Finn, can you just break down for us how does that youth system work? And when you say I'm on ponies and then we're in juniors and then we go to Europeans, and like for a young rider, what does that journey that you're aiming for look like?
So it varies really, because you have the youth system, so you have the under 16s, under 18s, under 21s. Under 16s are on ponies, and under 18s from there you're on horses, and you have a great, you can get training through it if you're at the level that you need to be, and then if you qualify for criteria, you can get training, you can get, they'll look at you at trials, and then you do the trials. So like this year, it's my final year under 21s, so I've done all the trials, and so you do that, and then at the end of probably like normally the end of May, start of June, after you've done the national championship, they select a long list. From that, the long list goes down to a short list after a final trial. And to be fair, we're very lucky. We've had a youth system that's been incredibly supportive, and you get some fantastic training through it. And so we're incredibly lucky, and the youth systems produce some incredible riders over the years. Like loads of the top guys all came through ponies, juniors, young riders. So it's a long process, but a lot of people have been involved in it, and so we're in Britain here. We are incredibly lucky to have it.
And these trials that you have along the way, are they kind of like set into existing like events that are going on? Like they have your own section at like a Farley Hall or something. They're not set up as their own different event.
No, so the trials you just at a normal event, so it's like Thorsby, Kelsall, like you do either the 3-star or the under 21 intermediate. That's like for under 21s. But then you have a national championship, which is the own class, and that's a long format. So ponies have the long format, juniors have the long format at Belsay, so ponies and juniors at Belsay, and then the young riders have it at Bigton. So then you do get into your own class.
I feel so much more informed. I've been wanting to ask someone how the bloody hell does all this stuff work for about 5 years, and I feel better about it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to know for about 7.
7, yeah. Producer Ali, were you across that?
Vaguely, but this has really cleared it up for me.
Yeah, nice.
which is good.
I feel good. Do we feel good to move forward then to question number 3?
I think so. And that is with me, Finn, and we want to hear a bit more about Triamble. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Triamble. So Amble, in the summer of 2022, I got a call from a lady called Amy Hawley, who said, "I've got a couple of horses I like riding. Would you come up and ride them and do it sort of I went and rode them, and then she was like, "Yeah, I'd like to ride them." So I went up and did it as a weekly job. So like 3 days a week, go drive up there and do it. And one of them was Amble, and she is an incredible horse. And so we got on like a house on fire, went and did loads of things, did Osberton at the end of that year and came second, and then went and did the trials for the under 21s, and she came first, second and first at the trials. She was flying, and then it all sort of, unfortunately, she went wrong. She went she just sort of packed up. She didn't want to do it all of a sudden at the final run before we were meant to set off to the Europeans. And we've not managed to quite get her right since. We're still going. We're still trying. She was the most incredible horse. And
jeez, is this the horse that you won the 3-star short at Thorsby on?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. So you've got that sitting at home going, how do I solve this?
Yeah. So she's in the stable now, and we're trying everything. And
of course.
Very grateful to Amy for being so supportive as well.
Yeah, of course.
And we're trying. We can't figure out. She just one day and there's been, we think, numerous things, but we'll see if we can get to the bottom of her. But she was the most incredible horse. We were like, after Bicton, we were looking and thinking, oh my God, we have really, really top horse here. And she had all the credentials to be that, but
Sure.
I don't know, it's you got to take the rough with the smooth, I guess.
Sometimes they just decide that it's not what they want to do anymore.
And so, well, there's got to be a reason with her.
Yeah,
She
of
loved
course.
it so much, and so we've been trying endlessly to get to the bottom of it. I hope we might have, but it's we've been up and down for the last 2 years. But yeah, it was gutting, and still you look back at it and you think, oh God, what could we have done? Like, would she have come, like, if I hadn't done this, would she have come good?
Yeah.
If we hadn't gone there, if we didn't, and it's like
You're playing the what if game.
the what if game.
I tell you, man, that is a bloody dangerous one to be playing.
I know it. I've found that out, but it's I'm a believer in what's meant to be will be, and at the minute it's not going how you want, but it's meant to be somehow in the long run. But yeah, so she's a mystery that we're trying to get to the bottom of.
Oh, watch this space, eh?
Hopefully she'll be back.
Bloody hope it works out for you, mate.
Yeah, I hope she'll be back.
In the meantime, mate, I'm going to move us through to the question number 4. And I'm wondering if you can tell us about Grianman's Town Monbeg, or what do you call him, Joey?
Grianman's Town Monbeg Joe.
So close.
I butchered
Not the easiest name to get.
Joey.
We'll keep it at Joey.
Should have just ran with Joey.
Yeah.
So Joey is an 8-year-old, again bought from Monbeg as a 4-year-old, similar to the Midnight Dancer and Casper Journey in a way. And so we got him at 4. He was nuts at first. You couldn't touch him, he was completely mental, and he still is a little bit mental, but he is seriously cool, and he's probably my favourite horse I've ever had. Like he's been like he's like best pal really.
Yeah. Nice.
And so I've had him right from the beginning. It's him and another horse called Ramiro Wannabe, the first 2 horses I produced. From 4 years old, and so yeah, it's been a journey. They've been tricky. He's nearly got sold a few times, but he's managed to stick around, and he's started to calm down as he's got a bit older. But yeah, we'll see where the journey goes. I think he's got quite a lot of talent. He's got the heart, and so I'm hopeful that he might have a cool career in it.
Cool, man. So where's he been so far, and where are you looking to point him?
So he's done a couple of 3-star longs.
Okay.
He funnily enough, he actually got selected for the Young Horse Championships last year at Le Lyon, but then there was an admin error that meant he couldn't go. So we went to Osberton, and he did the 3-star long there and did well. He came 4th, and so he was really cool there. And then he's gone and done Kelsall 3-star this year. He got a good result. He came 3rd, and then he's gone to Bicton and done the under-21 championships and came 3rd. So he was right in the mix, but we had pole down on the final day, which one of those, but that's the game. And so yeah, he's done some cool events. He's done like the 7-year-old champs, and so we'll see. I'm hopeful that he might have a shot at the Europeans this year. He's been longlisted.
Cool.
And so we go to Bergen for the final trial.
Okay.
See what happens there. And
when's that? In about a month, is it?
Yeah. So it's the 20th to 26th of July, something like that. And so we take them all up there. There's 12 on the long list. And we'll go and do the 3-star there. And
is that
a
short or a long?
Yeah, short. Yeah. And then because it's only a few weeks later that if you do get selected, you head off to Poland again.
Yeah.
So
We're out in Poland.
Stragom.
Oh, out of Stragom. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Do you know other events in Poland?
Nah, just Stragom, really.
I only know Stragom as well.
There is another one, though.
Is there?
They were talking about it at Le Moulin.
Does it start with a B?
No, I couldn't tell you the name. But
Brabowski or something.
Producer Ali, do you mind just
On
looking
it.
up all of the events in Poland for us? I was chatting to a top bloke, German rider.
Yes.
Who were the German riders at Le Moulin?
At Le Moulin.
Yeah. Anyway,
shit.
He was telling me all about Poland events and how they have particularly good prize money out there as well.
Well, I'm sure there might be, but when I was under 16, you didn't win much. You won a tax shop voucher.
Yeah, aspirational though.
Yeah.
Nice, mate. Hey, I just wanted to just dive into a little bit more of that, like producing your own horse. How do you feel? Mitch and I are not horse people, but surely when you get to this like level where you're starting to try to go for teams on a horse that you've produced yourself, does that have a different feeling where you've like, surely you know them so much better and you've got a partnership, like a more established partnership?
100%. And I've been lucky enough, I've sort of like caught onto rides. I had an amazing horse called Father's Compromise for juniors that I took on. She'd done quite a lot of grassroots level, and I took on in 2021. And she went to, and we like went up the levels quite quick together. But she was produced very well by her owner, Michelle Pritchard. And so she went and did that, and then I had Casper, and then I had Amble, who had all done stuff. And so then I got these two guys as 4-year-olds, and it's a journey, but it's a really rewarding journey. Like some days you're just banging your head against the wall and you think, what? Like when they're young as well. Like there's been some days where they've been tricky enough. Yeah. But they've come through the other side, touch wood, and we now have two really nice 8-year-olds that. You have a different relationship with them because you know them so well. You've done everything with them. Like really, not many other people have ridden them. You're on the same page. And
you know each other.
Yeah, there's just I think that slight little better knowing of each other. And so if you just get it a bit wrong somewhere, let's say they're more likely to dig you out than maybe one that you've not had built that relationship for 4 years.
Yeah,
from.
they're just like
out
the corner.
Well, yeah, it's you can if you know you've done it well.
Yes.
And you've done all the training right and you've produced them how you want, then I'm very lucky. I've got my mum who's extremely knowledgeable and sister as well who's very, very good jockey. We sort of have built a system for producing. Ellie's produced quite a lot and it seems to work pretty well.
Yeah, nice.
And so, it's meant that we can have and have enjoyed some good results now they're getting a little bit older.
Yeah, I don't know about you, man, but it just seems like it must be a risk reward type thing. Where, say you want to ride a 4-star horse, you can either shortcut the system, buy a ready-made one, and that's performing, and you save all that time.
You must be from some other class than I'm in because I'm
gonna
not
say,
going
that's if
out
you can
buying
afford to buy one.
a 4-star horse. Holy shit!
Hey, we're in Cheltenham. We're okay. But do you know what I mean? You
I hear you.
You buy an upper level.
Yeah.
You got a couple of $100,000.
You buy something that's a little bit that's got a bit of a stamp on it already.
Sure. You win the lottery.
But then there might be that time of getting to know each other. And how long does that take before you really know them? And then the trade-off being, or you rescue by a young one, you take the time to produce them, you might spend all this time and they might not turn out to be a nice one. But if you do get it right, then you got a good one that you know inside out. Oh, it's just an
For a lot less
interesting
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's tricky. But I mean, it's a tough sport. Everyone knows it's a tough sport, and so you sometimes get lucky, and sometimes sometimes the horses don't go the way. They don't stay sound. You've got to take the rough with the smooth a bit, the ups and the downs, and sort of go with it. And hopefully one day you'll stumble across one that is the real deal, and that's what we all sort of work towards, really.
In the meantime, you go to Poland, and producer Ali, you got many Poland events. You've done a little bit of research.
I might butcher this pronunciation.
Oh, I'd love to hear
but
it.
I think
I'd love to hear it.
Can you just look
like
right here when
sure.
you say it?
Yeah.
Babarok Quo.
That's what I was
Is
going
that
for.
it?
That's
But I said Brabowski.
I mean, similar.
I mean,
Close enough.
I'm not even going to try.
The Equestrian Festival Babarokwo takes place from May 22nd to 25th, 2025.
Thank you.
So we've had it, but
There you go.
Unfortunately, we missed it.
Yeah. Next year.
there's always next year.
There's always
next
next
year.
year.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well,
Nice.
I think that's about time we do bring some of your family in. And question number 5 is with producer Ali.
Here we go.
Hi, it's Ellie, Finn's sister. I'm a big fan of the show, and I thought it was only right to try and use this opportunity to ask Finn a couple of questions. So question number 1 would be, Finn, I just wondered if you could talk everyone through your tacking up process and as to the reasons why it takes you about 3 times as long as anyone else. And then secondly, just wondered if you got any tips for platting up. Could really do with any advice that you've got on this.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Hi Vin, it's Nora here. I just thought I'd take this opportunity to ask you, what's your grooming regime with your horses and like how often you do it?
So yeah, we can't wait to hear the answers. Thank you very much. Bye.
I feel like there's a common theme here.
That was so targeted, bro.
I would make a great groom. No, I. What was the first one? The tacking up.
Tacking, yeah.
I do take a while. Yeah, I'm not in a big rush. I quite like to.
Perfection takes its time, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And so Mum and Ellie, we live our life at quite a fast pace, and Mum and Ellie are like, tack up, get on, go. And so they're all out the door waiting for me, and I've only got my boots on, and so I'm not the fastest in that regard, but I don't know. I try and make up for it in the riding sector of things.
Is it a case of do it once, do it right, or are you just literally just dragging the chain?
Slightly dragging the chain.
There it is.
Yeah. I'm not in a big rush.
Okay. And I've learnt a few English terms or phrases. Am I right? Are they more bish bash bosh?
Bish bash bosh. Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas Finn's more
steady bosh.
I don't have one.
No, just the one.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
So
dragging the chain.
Yeah, I am, and so I'm just not in a great hurry. I like to take my time, make sure everything's on correct, and then and the platting up, that is unfortunately I can plat, but the rolling part and also the time scale it takes me, I won't get any sleep before the event, so I'd start platting up the night before, and then I'd be ready to go in the morning by the time they're finished. And so it makes it easier when Mum and Ellie whip the plats in. Yeah.
And so your sister obviously is a rider herself and has produced some of these horses. Do you want to just explain a little bit of how you guys work together and the setup for you guys at home? Or
so we work together really well. We get on very well, and she has produced 2 horses herself up to 3-star, and she produced Casper very, very well. And she organises my life basically. I'm chaos, and Ellie organises me, and so I slightly do ahead in that regard. However, we seem to work all right. She's had a couple of naughty horses that I've ended up riding, and so we balance each other out pretty well. And so we've got a setup at the minute, slightly more disjointed than we want. She's not quite got the horsepower she wants at the minute, and we bought a couple that have turned out a little bit tricky, and so I've taken them a bit, and so but got on pretty well with them because she's produced them so well, and so it's we balance in that regard, and it works pretty smoothly. Mum's CEO, she runs the show, so we all listen, and so it works.
If we want to broaden the chat out, Mitch, maybe we just bring in the next question now, and then we can do the full family chat. Yeah,
which is we want to hear about all the important women in your life at the moment. Who have we got here? We've got Sarah.
That's my mum,
Your mum. And it says here she's ridden around a couple of big bees.
Yeah, so she did Bramham and Blenheim, and she was qualified to go to badminton, but the horse just didn't quite stay sound enough to go. She's very knowledgeable. She's like the all-knowing around us, so everyone comes for lessons and asks questions, and we've been very lucky to have her growing up. And she keeps it in check. Scare her.
Is that what you call it? Scare her.
No, in fact, some family friends do. No, she's not. She's very chilled. But you mate, know the line.
I know the equestrian woman, the mould, and I just, as soon as those words came out of my mouth, I was like, I just made a lot of enemies. But hey, let's just say there's some strong female characters in the sport.
No, she's very chilled, but you know the boundaries. And to be fair, she's been brilliant. She keeps us on the right.
So are you guys all
line.
At home?
Yeah, all at home. So Ellie was at Nottingham Uni, and then she's now back. She's doing physio full time, but around from home and doing clinics and stuff like that. I'm at Manchester University, and so I sort of live at home, sort of don't. Do a lot of travelling, bit of partying, and then a lot of riding as well. So it's we're sort of at home, sort of not. It's sort of balanced. It's a bit better this year now. Ellie's at home. It has been chaos when at one point I was at Manchester, she was at Nottingham. Chaos, but we got through the year, and so sort of at home. But I get back pretty much every day to ride, and so sort of rotate.
I'd imagine in your younger days, you've got your mother who's ridden, pretty much to the top level. You're starting to get a few good results. Does it start coming in where you're like, all right, Mum, you just back up. You let me. I know what I'm doing here.
No, well, she'd say I don't listen, but I do try. And no, I don't. She's very much the still knows a lot more than me, and I'd still say
But it's a tough one when it's so close to you when it's your mum. You're like, Mum, shut up, I know what I'm doing. You don't say shut up, but then at the same time you're like, it's all going in, isn't it?
Yeah. And when it's going wrong, I'm like, Mum. So while it's going right, I might be less inclined to listen, but then when it's going wrong, I'm like, please come.
And I think that carries on through life.
Pretty much.
Like I'm still, something goes wrong in my life, I'm like, Mum.
How's being a new dad? How many times have you been?
Mum.
Mum.
Constantly messaging. You're like, what happens when Isabel does this? What do I do when she does that? It's just. Yeah, you're going to have that for the rest of your life, I think. It's just, Mum, help me.
Yeah, I'm always like, if I'm like, I don't know what to do with something, rather than do it wrong, I'll just send a little message. I'm just like, what do I do?
So cool, you've got so much support from so many strong women around you, brother.
Absolutely. I'm very lucky.
How good. All right, guys, we have just wound up doing question 6. So should we throw it to Ellie for question 7?
Yeah.
We do have another fan question, although we didn't quite finish the last one.
Oh.
Because I believe someone asked you about your grooming routine.
Yeah, Nora. So Nora has been a livery at ours for quite a lot of years now. Very lovely girl, and her Nora and Kate, her mum, have been brilliant. They have helped us so much. But Nora's she might be like 16, 17 now, and so I've always been giving her a little bit of stick, doing like. We had a laugh. She doesn't stay at ours anymore. We needed the stable. We only have 7 at home, and we needed the stable. But so Nora would spend all day, every day, grooming a horse if she could. And so my little flick off with a brush was like, oh, what are you doing that? I was like, it's all they need. And so she spends all day grooming, making them look $1 million. Yeah. Whereas I'm like, quick flick off, get the tack on. As slow as possible. If I had to do the grooming as well, I'd never ride.
Yeah.
So you're more bish.
Yeah. I try and be efficient, but it never really works.
Nice one. Happy, producer Ellie?
Very happy.
Yeah,
do you want another fan question?
As long as it comes with a sting.
Top line. It's always me.
Yeah, she's got her own one.
Yeah,
but doesn't
never
really
uses
like it.
It makes me nervous.
What if I just press that
sounds
button?
real good.
Oh, that's
wrong.
That's Laura Collar.
I
think we've just got to let that play.
Of Eventing
I think
Weekly
what we
with
want to
Nick
be.
Braden.
Which one would you like?
I think he wants this one.
Blimey, that is a big fan of the show.
Is that not a great sting?
It's a great sting.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Is it you?
Nah.
Oh.
100%.
Yeah, no,
it's
it is.
Oh, sorry.
Is it or isn't it?
Sounds really
Is it or
like
not?
me.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's another fan question.
Hey guys, it's Tilly, big fan of the show. I have 2 quick questions for Finn. Firstly, you and your gorgeous sister Ellie obviously compete in the same sport. What would you say are each other's strengths and weaknesses, and how does that dynamic really help to push you? And second question, and arguably the more important question, please can you give 3 reasons as to why you think you are single? Thanks so much. Can't wait to hear the answers.
Thank you, Tilly.
So
we'll spend a lot of time on the first question.
Tell us about your sister.
So, what was it? The strengths and weaknesses of me and Ellie? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What is this on like a personal term or a riding
was
term?
Was it more of a, like how can you guys work together?
I think so, but take it however.
But we've sort of done quite a bit of chat on that.
We but basically Ellie organises my life.
Yeah.
I cause the chaos. And yeah, no, we've got we're quite contrasting, but then that sort of works, and so it means we get on fairly well.
We've spoke about Ellie.
Yeah.
Let's go to the girlfriends.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Tilly Moore, big fan of the show. She wants to know, Finn Healy, you're a young, eligible, bachelor. What's going on?
How hot has it just gotten in this room?
Bow tie quite this hard?
Yeah, to be fair, I knew I was in trouble when she rang me and she went, "Are you single?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Okay, bye." I was like, "Oh no, okay." So yeah, I don't know. I was seeing someone fairly recently, but that's sort of over. But as to why, time.
Yeah,
I'd like to say it's number one.
Yeah.
If
I'm tack up your horse faster.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I might have to start saving some time there to create more time for other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say very busy. And to be fair, I'm pretty contented in myself. I don't mind being alone. I quite like. I quite like it, but I'm not bothered about going in a relationship with someone that I'm not 100%
Finn Healy.
sure.
Those were two bloody good answers,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Sure, I thought there'd be
Well
some
rehearsed.
fumbling, but there was no fumbling.
You cannot argue with that.
Yeah.
What's the first one? The
Time.
Yeah. Time.
Your lifestyle is what you're at university, you're being an event in Derby, driving down to Aston and Walls every other day.
Yeah.
And then, hey, if it's not right, don't force it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm not in it to be with someone that I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know. We'll see what comes around. But
it's a good way to be.
Hey, you never know this ball tonight. You never know.
We'll see. Yeah. Do I need a third, or have I done one?
I think Tilly would be upset if you didn't give a third reason.
Come on.
Hey, Finn, I would have let you off.
I would personally.
No, I bet you're saying Tilly.
Just for Tilly, yeah.
Okay, for Tilly.
What can I say that won't get me in trouble? Third reason. Don't want to be tied down. I'm joking.
All of that hard work.
I'm joking. I don't know. That's probably the two reasons is why
it's got to be hard to pick a third one out of there.
And the third reason is probably because you can't come up with a third reason. So you're obviously, not in touch with the community. You leave them alone. Should we move on?
Yeah,
get out of it, Tilly.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks, Tilly Moore. All right. We're up to question 8, and this one is with me. And you have mentioned it at one point, but I'm just going to dig in a little further. How's life at university while eventing? Tell us about Manchester.
Manchester's great. Met some really great friends. Been very lucky in that respect. It's pretty chaotic living. Like it's almost like a double life. But it's nice in a way because I could have a crap day on the horses and you go back to uni and they want to know, they care, but really they don't have a clue what's going on. So you just crack on with the night anyway. So it's great. But it's a very busy lifestyle we live, or I live, and so it does work. I probably sacrifice more lectures than social. So I ride at home in the day, come back, ride, and then go back for the social at night.
So basically the uni part doesn't really happen.
I love the lectures. They're great.
Shout out all your professors.
Yeah.
What are you studying, man?
History. Oh, riveting. Yeah.
What's your favourite historical event?
How often do you think about Roman history?
All the time.
All the time.
There it is.
I used to get that a lot. But yeah, so it's quite a good degree in that it's a lot research based, so I don't really have to go as much because you have to do all your own research anyway.
Yes.
I'm sure Manchester are going to argue this strongly if they listen to this.
Yeah, they'll be knocking on the door saying.
But it's working all right. I'm scraping by. I need to get my act together for next year to try and boost my grade and then see what happens after I leave.
Finn, I'm going to have a follow-up question. It might not be the first time you've had this, but why history?
Well, I wanted to go into. I want to go into property in a way, in like something to create another income to horses. Because we have 7 stables at home, I'd have to go and rent, and then that makes it very tricky making money wise. And so I'd quite like to have 4 or 5 like good eventers, and then have something that gives me a passive income, but an external form of income. And so I got told by my uncle, who was a surveyor, "Oh, go do history. Then you've got a way broader option. They love it." And I was going to go do real estate, and so I followed his advice. And to be fair, I did enjoy history at school. I had a great teacher, got on really well with her. Unfortunately, don't get on with the professors as well. They're not quite as interesting. And so I did well at it at school, quite enjoyed it, and so I was like, I'll do it at uni. Bad idea. Yeah.
How deep are you? How many years in?
2.
How many to go?
1.
Okay.
No, it's not too bad.
I'm still there.
You're still there. Yeah.
Resilience.
66% complete. You're fine.
Yeah, I wish it was 66% my
Of
overall
the actual
score.
degree, yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll see what the last year brings. Try and up my game a little bit.
Nice one. Good luck to you.
Yeah, best of luck.
Might need it.
Yeah. Don't worry about any of those shows that you got lined up next year.
No.
Who needs those? Anyway, before I have another sip, I think we're ready for the next question, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we're talking, hypothetically or not.
Oh yeah, this one's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got a fun one.
Yeah.
You ready for a fun one?
I'm ready.
Yeah. You've I think Braden's come up with this one.
Yeah.
You've had a late call up for Burley
This year.
Right.
this year,
Yeah, boy.
and you can ride any horse.
Oh.
What one are you taking?
Going right now. It's
Any horse.
going right now.
Sorry, I didn't read that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Braden.
Any horse
Any
going
horse.
Like, so what that are competing now?
globally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. For Burley, it's got to be Graffalo, hasn't it?
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably the best
He's
5-star horse out there, isn't he,
Yeah.
at the minute?
Yeah.
I do like Cooley Rosalind.
Yes.
Really like Rosalind.
Mhm.
I think she's a great horse. But Walter's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he might carry me around.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Point and shoot.
yeah. Well, I think Ros has him so well trained that he might
Yeah.
put him with me for one event. But
Where's Cooley Rosalind at? Are we expecting to see it at Burley? I can't even remember where.
I
I saw
could
it
probably go
last.
to the Europeans.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, but are
Gonna
they,
go on the
are they
record
not?
and
Yeah?
tell us your European
selector.
team.
Yeah. So are you saying Graffalo's not going?
Well, he could get to Burley. And so she could
Mm.
take Isolot to the Europeans. Whether she does or
You
not.
heard it
What
here
an issue, eh?
first.
I've
I
got
know.
3 options
I know,
for
it's a
Europeans
nightmare.
this year. Oh, what am I
I
going
know.
to do?
Yeah, it could be worse. But if I was to ride one round, he's the
Yeah,
ultimate
nice.
event horse, isn't he?
All
Really?
right. So you know the European long list then for the seniors?
I do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
What's your team?
If you want to, you don't have to, end any careers, ruin any relationships. But on the record, Finn.
Right, my team.
Yes.
I'd take Ros on Walter.
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
take her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd then take Ollie on Cooley Rosalind.
Yes.
Who else have we got?
So we've got
I'd take.
we've got Bubby on Cola.
I'd take It's Cooley
and
Time.
It's Cooley time.
You
Yeah.
take
We've got London 52.
Yeah, London.
We've got D-Day and Cooley Mosstown.
Yeah.
Caroline Harris.
He knows
Who else
his
have we
stuff.
got?
Finn, are you
I'm
listening to
running
this
out.
right now?
I know.
I've run
All
out,
the
actually.
knowledge. All the knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably go Ollie,
Yes.
Ros on Walter, Bobby on It's Cooley Time.
Yes.
They did brilliantly at Bram.
Yep.
And I'd take Laura in London,
Yeah.
obviously. I don't know who would be in my team, but I'd take.
Because how does Europeans is something I've not really followed.
No.
Not being a
It's 2
European.
individuals.
So it's a
Is
team of
4.
4.
2 year.
2 individuals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take Harry Mead. I think.
How could I forget
Hop
Harry?
the Mats,
Oh,
young
yeah.
horse.
Over Jet Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd take.
You're showing off.
I don't think he's on the long list.
Oh,
Producer
dunno.
Ali.
Ali,
Can
can
you-
we look at this?
Let me do some research.
Just by the end of that, we need to crown the king of eventing. Finn, it's either going to be you or Mitch.
Okay.
I actually think it might be Finn.
Well, I hope
But-
so.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
bloody
I'm
hope
pretty
so
sure he's
too.
got Cavalier Crystal.
Yeah, I think might be
Yeah.
Cavalier Crystal instead
I'd
of
take
Jet
I hop the
Fighter.
Mats over it 'cause it's younger. And
Okay.
I've just on the sideline for this whole chat. I got
Same.
no
no idea.
no idea.
Some geeky eventing
Yeah.
chat.
But just while we are chatting Burley, and well, that was what the question was, Burley. For you, badminton, Burley, Olympics. What's the big pointy thing at the end that you aim at, or you want it all?
I want it all.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've grown up every year going to Burley.
Yep.
I've been to badminton a few times. I love badminton. It's the crowds, everything about it. It's huge. It's the biggest event in the world. But the Olympics, there's something special about being an Olympian, and so I'd say probably the Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah, get a tattoo. Walk around. Yeah, I went.
Yeah. There it is. I love it.
Like Tom Daly, he's got an Olympic tattoo, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I
does
think.
Probably.
He's the only one I
He's
can
been a few
think of.
times.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he deserves it. He's a
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you got?
You should see William
Yeah.
Fox Pitt without a shirt on, covered in Olympic rings.
everywhere.
Covered in Olympic
I
rings.
haven't actually seen that, Mitchell. So
Neither have I.
Yeah.
That could be false. Could be false.
Fake
Alright.
news.
Producer
Ali,
Ali.
give me the bad
Um,
news.
He's got 2 entered, or
Yes.
2 on the list.
Yes.
Cavalier Crystal
Yeah.
and a Hop du Mat.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
Mitchell.
knew
You
we
got
had
all the
another,
others.
just
I
not
didn't
the
know
Yeah,
all
it
the
was-
others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have got all them. I sort of saw the ones and remembered the ones that I thought I might go, and then I sort of forgot about the others. But yeah, no, the Olympics that'd be the pinnacle.
Yeah. Oh, good. What will the best be?
And
Well,
is
we'll try.
the Europeans being at Blenheim this year, is that something you think you might aim for next year, like 8 and
Well,
9-year-old classes?
My two are 8.
Yes.
They're my 2 best ones at the minute, and Joey I think would be, if it doesn't work out, maybe with the European selection, he could go there. That'd be probably if he's on good form, and for some like for one reason or another he doesn't go. Then that'd be an aim to do it this year with him.
Yep.
I think it'd be a pretty cool atmosphere there with the Europeans and then the 8 and 9-year-olds. It'd be.
Oh, shit.
I really want to.
That
And
would.
Rambo, the Ramiro wannabe, he has had a couple of quiet months. He's just had a few things, had a high nail and just a couple of little niggles that meant it kept him out of Bigton. And so see how he comes back. The door's not shut on that this year. See how he is. It's a big ask for them at 8. I'd only take him if he was 100% ready. Yeah, no, he'd 100% be ready for it. Then I'd take him, but we'll see. See how he goes. See how he progresses, and go from
Watch
there.
this
Really.
space. We'll be there. We'll be watching.
Oh, shit, yeah, mate. Wouldn't miss it. Hey, Mitch, you've leaned in a little bit to question number 10, which is where to next.
Yeah.
So
I realised
just
that halfway through.
You're right. If we just, off the back of that, mate, just zoom out for the rest of the year. Obviously, Europeans is a target, and you've just chatted a little bit about Blenheim, but is there any other major talking points for the rest of the year?
That would probably be, they're the 2.
That's it.
Two would be the big aims. Whether if Joey, it's quite early, the Europeans, if he came out of it well, maybe he might try and go do a 4-star somewhere. But I say that like I'm so far away from going. Like that is untrue.
Yeah.
Bro, you've got a plan for success as
but
well.
if he did go, then if he didn't, then I would go and maybe try and go do some 4 stars on him or advance. And because I've always not quite got to there. Like I've had like the horses at 3 stars, solid, ready to go, 4-star, and then it's just not quite happened. And so I'd really like to try and get there. That's a big aim, to try and break that duck. If you and so I don't know. The focus very much around trying to get to Poland. That's the goal.
Dude,
that's the big game.
There's no shame in aiming for plan A. Like I think what the sport teaches you is plan B, plan C. Like you always, but you gotta prepare for plan.
You can't lose sight of the big picture.
100%. And like, because then what happens if you do get selected? You're like, oh shit, I was so.
I'm not
ready.
candidate.
I was so ready for plan B. You're like, oh shit.
He's not galloped. No, so I don't know. I'm after like sort of not a rocky couple of years, but a couple where it hasn't gone to plan. Sort of expecting plan B or C, but also it would be nice in my final year to try and get there. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. He's a cool horse for the future, and so that's what the main focus will be. Will be on, and trying to produce him to the best of my ability to see where we go really. And he's, time will tell. Time will tell.
I
and
like that.
I'm hopeful.
Good man. Well, in the meantime, I know you've got a ball to get to. And so that was the end of question 10. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you tonight, Finn Healy. It's been a
Thoroughly enjoyed getting to know all you guys. I've really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, it's been bloody good. And a little bit jealous you're off to a ball and we're not.
Well, it is
But
Wednesday.
yeah,
Go get your tuxes on. Crash.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a baby at home to go and look after.
He does. Ellie?
Got adult things.
Yeah.
No. It's
You're-
alright.
No?
Busy.
Are
Busy?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Much as
Driving home hungover from the ball.
Not driving,
No.
getting a taxi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Ellie could just walk from the race course, couldn't you?
Almost. I've
yeah.
done it,
Have you?
but it was to the races and everyone was quite drunk and quite tired, and I was wearing really uncomfortable shoes.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's
Why
not a
do they
happy
do it?
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Should we
yeah.
do it? Can we just do a quick PSA?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Public
And I think I
service
know what you're
announcement.
about to say.
Okay. Every time a woman asks me, and I'm not being racist, every time a woman asks me, which shoes shall I wear on a night out? My stock standard answer,
Comfiest
Yes.
ones.
the comfiest shoes you bloody well own.
Oh, but it's so shallow because you also have to look nice. And quite often the
No,
pictures
I'm
are
not
there.
looking at
Your
your
feet.
feet. God
Thank you.
Well, but that's the thing. Some people might be.
Oh, yeah. And are those the ones you're after? Sure.
Yeah,
And then you want the
maybe.
trainers on.
Yeah.
But we went to Ascot last week, and
Did you?
they was like a big group of our family friends, and all the girls and the adults were just in agony by the end of the day with their
Yeah.
feet, and
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
can't even walk to places. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, just put flat shoes on, and then you
Yeah.
can go and
This
Yeah.
isn't from a place of judgment.
No.
No.
from a perfect caring.
Caring,
Yeah.
Finn.
Yeah.
Mitch,
Did
Look
you
out for
know,
yourselves, girls.
Men used to wear heels, like historically.
And then we were
it
like,
switched.
fuck, these are uncomfortable.
we went to
I'm
one.
not
and went to
wearing these.
loafers.
Sorry, we used to wear heels.
Yeah, like, I don't know, Tudor times. It was
Did
the
we?
men that wore the heels, and yeah, I don't know when it switched over, but yeah.
Finwood, history.
Well, there was actually
yeah, this
actually a
is-
little video of me floating around after
It's-
Ascot. Was, a few too many beers
Yeah.
in. I was like, how can they be that bad? So I put them on and then tried to moonwalk in them, and it didn't work.
How'd the legs
Yeah,
look
no,
though?
no,
Those
yeah.
calves look good.
Oh, they look great, and little couple of extra inches. I might take them to Woody's next time. They won't have to put any rolls in the stirrups.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
good. He is always looking for another couple of extra inches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
So,
Yeah.
I just thought we needed a little cheap shot into
Get at
into
him.
Woody.
Get at him.
Yeah, I think you're even now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All right.
good.
Well, those are the questions. Finn, for your service, we've got a couple of little things to offer up to you tonight. Mitchell, do
Yeah.
you want to start?
First one being that lovely little Yeti mug you've been drinking your Hawkstone out of tonight.
Doesn't get any
Yeah,
better.
you've gone for the blue. Seems to be a bit of a trending theme.
Yeah.
But Yeti have been kind enough to send us a couple of these co-branded with Eventing Weekly, and that's yours to take home.
Yeah, I got a Yeti at Bicton, and they're absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? A cup or a...
No, like the water ones.
You can
it's
put
like the
water in
twist-
those, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, yeah,
the
true.
water
yeah, yeah,
bottle.
the water
Yeah.
bottle. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The,
Water
the
bottle.
Rory McIlroy one. I don't know if you're a golf guy.
Yeah, no, I play golf.
So
Love
Rory
golf.
Yeah.
McIlroy coming up the 18th.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
you drinking out of a
Whips
Yeti
the
Bro,
Yeti out.
was he?
Yeah.
He was carrying...
at the Masters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get any bigger than that.
I know. I was chatting to them today, and literally about this, and they didn't even pay for that. That was all Rory.
Yeah, all him.
Just
Yeah.
going, and the commentators were like, "He's been carrying that drink bottle around all day,"
Yeah.
And it was
and
the
he was
Yeti.
like, "Boom, Yeti, drink.
Yeah.
Boom, Yeti,
Perfect.
drink." I
Yeah.
was like, "This is
Yeah.
golden."
And then
But
he missed the putt, sent it to the playoff.
He's like, I just need a bit more coverage.
Yeah.
Get my Yeti on the
Get the
team.
Yeti out again.
But
he-
like,
he
it is
won.
it's just such good
It's good
stuff,
gear,
isn't
man.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been
it's
saying
brilliant.
it long before, and I'm going to keep on saying
Yeah,
it.
it's good gear, good
I
gear. Not
love
only that,
Yeti.
we've also got the Cotswold Fox. So we will send you over the website, and you can have a look, find any garment you like.
Yeah.
Mitch and I are both wearing the quarter zips tonight. I'm in
Probably
the
why I'm so red in the face, because these things are bloody warm, aren't
Yeah.
they?
It's quite warm in here.
good for winter. I've gone
Yeah.
no shirt underneath. So I'm
Yeah.
The way.
Yeah,
That's the way.
I've gone bareback underneath the quarter zip tonight. That got you, didn't it? Yeah, thanks, mate.
You.
Yeah, so
Dirty dog.
yeah. But bro, let us know which one you want, and we'll send one of those out.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it.
All good. And at this point of the evening, we throw to producer Ali and say, Ali, is there anything we've missed?
I don't think so. Just a photo.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
just a
then
photo.
we'll
Double
let you
photo
go
tonight.
and have a ball.
Double photo. We've got to
Double
get
photo.
we've got to get you against the wall.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the legs.
Oh, I found the photo. Do you want to see the photo?
Oh, have we got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
just a little quick one.
Oh.
Me and Tom McEwen.
Wait,
That one
why?
doesn't.
But he must have really long legs.
Tom McEwen has really long legs. That's the point.
And then
And
how
that's what you're
stylish
saying.
does he look on a horse?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
good.
Finn
Yeah.
Healy knows.
He's a
I know.
good-looking man.
Yeah.
Knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Well, if producer Ali's happy, then I think you and I are happy.
Yeah, we're all bloody happy.
All right.
Bloody happy. It's been great.
Thank you very much, boys.
Yeah. Finn Healy, thanks, mate.
Hi, this is Laura Collett, and you are listening to season 3 of Eventing Weekly with Mitch and
Nice.
Braden.
God, we were
We're gonna
all a
cross.
bit premature there, weren't we?
I know.